So, like I said, I have 8 of them here.
Okay.
Like I said, it's an abnormal number.
Yeah.
Every time a user does something that gets flagged, it generates one of these reports. Generally, we only get 1, 2, maybe 3 of these before we end up having this conversation.
A principal, the leader of nearly 500 students, a man trusted every single day by parents, by families, by children, and right here, in that interrogation room, his entire world is collapsing. You are about to watch the full interrogation of Jeremy Williams, a school principal arrested at his own home in front of his family on a quiet Tuesday afternoon. This is not a story that is easy to tell, but it is one that needs to be heard. Let's go back to the beginning.
Hey, Jeremy.
Oh.
Jeremy?
Yeah?
All right. Have you come out here and chat with me real quick?
Sure.
I catch you at like your gym time or something?
No, I was gonna mow the lawn, but...
Okay.
Wow.
Just take off over here real quick. Just real quick to let you know, I am audio video recording.
Yeah.
Actually, we all are. Just body camera stuff. So, any idea why we're here today? Okay. I'm going to be real upfront with you.
Okay.
You are under arrest right now.
Oh.
There's one of two things we can do. Either we can just go ahead and run you down to jail and go about our business. I have a search warrant to go through the house as well.
Okay.
The alternative is you can come back, you can have a conversation with me at the office.
Yeah.
It'll give you an opportunity to maybe give your side of it or maybe feel heard. It's just kind of up to you how you want to play it.
What is this for?
So across the last couple of months, we've received some information through some various sources about your online conduct. I've had a chance to go through it. One of my counterparts who works for VPD has as well. That's why we're having this conversation today.
Okay.
If you want to continue chatting about it, I'd prefer to do it out of the office.
Right, obviously. Yeah.
So, does that work for you?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have another marked car come up.
Great.
Have him give you a ride down there, and then we'll have a conversation. In the meantime, some of my counterparts are going to search your house, okay? You will get a copy of the search warrant along with a receipt for anything that I tape.
Okay.
Does that seem fair?
Well,
Okay.
seems interesting.
Do you have your phone on you?
Yeah.
I'll take that. Put it in this.
Do you have anything else in your, don't dig in your pockets for me. Do you have anything else on you?
No.
Okay, go ahead and turn around real quick. I'm just going to pat you down. Having gym shorts makes it pretty easy for us, but just to make sure you don't have any guns, knives, grenades, stuff like that. Okay. Hey, nope.
Anybody else living here?
Yeah.
Back in the house?
Yeah, my wife and my son. 20?
Okay.
1 year
20.
old.
20.
As long as you're going to be cooperative, I'll cuff you in the front.
Where am I going to go with?
Is he autistic or anything?
He's on the spectrum. He's Tourette's-ish.
I want to put your phone in airplane mode.
You.
Can you type in the passcode?
Here. Nope. Perfect.
You got it?
You just want to keep that open.
Okay.
Okay. Come over here. I'll sit you in this car. You good with this side?
Yeah.
Okay. I already gave him a pat down. If you want to check him again, that's fine. It's gym shorts, so there's not a lot going on.
What's your wife's name? What's her son's name?
Okay. Go ahead and jump in for me. You got AC running there?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to chat with the wife real quick, just kind of let her know what's going on. And then if you'll I'll have you follow me, or I'll follow you either way. And we'll head down to the office and put him in one of my interview rooms.
September 16th, 2025. That is the date everything changed for Jeremy Williams. He was the principal at Rainier Junior Senior High School, a school with approximately 480 students sitting right along the Oregon-Washington border. What is remarkable about this moment is how calm he appears. No panic, no breakdown. He steps outside in his gym shorts, cooperates, hands over his phone, and gets into the police car, almost as if this is a routine stop. But there is nothing routine about what is about to unfold. And while Jeremy is being driven to the sheriff's office, deputies now have to face the hardest part.
Hi there, you Sandy?
I am.
Hi there. Just to let you know, we have a search warrant for the house.
Okay.
Okay. And we were looking for specific items, electronic items.
Okay.
Is there anybody else in the house?
My son is here.
Okay. That's you right there. You're Trevor?
Yes.
Okay. I'm Jason with the sheriff's office. These were his headphones. I'm going to give them to you. So, is anyone else in the house besides the two of you?
Nope.
Do you have any idea what this is about?
Nope. I
Okay.
have no clue.
To let you know, we're recording.
Yep.
It's audio, video. I'll let Detective Moore explain what's going on.
Okay.
Is there anything that you need to put away before we start digging into the search warrant?
We don't have illegal things. We are actually really law-abiding citizens.
What we're looking for is any sort of electronics, computers,
Well,
cell phones.
I mean, we have those things, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for.
But, I mean, yeah, I mean, if that's what's on your search warrant, like, I mean,
Any sort of storage devices, like thumb drives, hard drives.
I mean, we have thumb drives and that. Like, I mean, I've got some up in my and I have no idea what my son has. He's 20. Of course,
Okay.
he has his own computer
Okay.
and his own, like,
Computer that he especially uses by himself.
No. We have a communal, it's actually my computer. I use mainly for schoolwork.
Okay.
I have a work laptop in here. He
Okay.
doesn't even have his work laptop right now.
Okay.
He uses the home computer, on occasions, but
Does he have a tablet or anything like that?
no. I mean, I also have an older tablet, but it's primarily mine.
Okay. Are you able to point those items out to us so we're not going through
Oh,
every
yeah.
nook and cranny? Okay,
Yeah.
that would be helpful.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go in this door right here. Appreciate it.
That is Sandy, Jeremy's wife, standing at the door of her own home, completely blindsided. She has no idea what is about to be discovered inside. Deputies are now walking through every room, every drawer, every device. And while that search is playing out in the background, Jeremy Williams is sitting in an interrogation room, face to face with two detectives, Detective Morris and Detective Hammer, who have been building this case for months. What follows is one of the most revealing interrogations you will ever watch, because Jeremy Williams does not shut down. He talks.
And I think I forewent our introductions earlier. I'm Detective Moore. It's my partner, Detective Hamer. Like I said up at the house, the reason we're having this conversation today is I received a number of, for lack of a better term, tips that come to me from electronic service providers, places like Google, Discord, Kik, Facebook, Instagram. And those are generated when a user does something that gets flagged by their system. Generally, as a matter of speaking, somebody at that, we call them an ESP, sits down, they review whatever it was, and then they fire off these reports to us. We look at them, investigate them as necessary. That being said, do you have any idea why we're talking today? Part of my hope is that this is a two-way conversation. It doesn't do me a whole lot of good to just sit here and talk, right? Because I already know.
I'm guessing, and use my powers of inference, that somebody flagged something, and that's where we're at.
What was your Discord username? Do you remember?
Colonel Angus something 40 something. I haven't, like I said, I haven't been on Discord since then, and I don't do that
Since June.
Yeah.
Colonel Angus, like the Saturday Night Live skit?
Yes.
Okay.
You're the only person that I think's gotten that.
Okay.
These are all of the reports
Oh, wow.
that I've gotten. There's a
That's a lot.
abnormal amount of them.
Okay.
And part of the reason is it's because of continued use.
Okay.
Every time a user does something that gets flagged, it generates one of these reports. Generally, we only get 1, 2, maybe 3 of these before we end up having this conversation. I have 8. Like I said, that's an abnormal number.
Yeah.
To clarify a little bit, the activity is generally, how familiar are you with like computer terminology, electronic stuff?
I mean, I'm passing familiar with certain.
Okay. So
I'll ask for questions if I don't understand.
I'll simplify it a little bit more. So every piece of data that exists has something called a hash value. It's a super unique value, can't be recreated.
Right.
I think it's like 1 million times more unique than your own thumbprint is. And that's specific to photos and videos, which are the types of content that these ESPs flag. Okay. There is a very large database of known hash values, specifically related to something we call CSAM, which is child sexual abuse material. Okay. Seem like you're familiar with the term, or
well, I mean,
able to work it out.
Okay.
Yeah. And so as we go through this process with people and these images get identified, this hash value gets put into this database. And so when one of these ESPs sees one of these known hashes get uploaded or downloaded, it triggers one of these. Then a user with an employee of the company sits down, they review it, and ensure that, yes, this is actually what happened, then they fire off one of these reports. Sometimes it's a batch of things, so 10, 20, 30 things get sent. We just get one report.
Okay.
If they're separated by more than a few days or a week, then we start getting multiple reports. Does that kind of make sense how that process works?
Good explanation.
So, like I said, I have 8 of them here.
Okay.
The most recent actually happened on Friday, or came in on Friday. But they are all originated from Discord and Kik.
Okay.
Specifically, all except 2 of them originated from Discord.
See, and I haven't been on Discord for...
Well, you said since June.
Since June.
Which the bulk of these originated from either very early June all the way back through March of this year.
Okay.
They do relate back to the username that you gave, the Colonel Angus 44. A big part of what comes in these reports is they give us what's called the subscriber information. So anything you use to sign up for the account, including email addresses, phone numbers, things like that. The email address used to sign up for these was the 44shocker at Gmail account, or at Gmail. The other big thing that it gives us is for each explicit image that's uploaded or downloaded, transferred, it gives us the date and time stamp that it happened, and then the IP address that it originated from.
Okay.
So with that information, we sit down and I send off subpoenas or search warrants to, in this case it was to Comcast for the IP address. They came back and said that your wife is the subscriber for that particular ISP address, and it services 97 Yelton Drive or Yelton Place.
Okay.
A search warrant was sent off to Google for this 44shocker Gmail account, which is how we ended up with your name and your date of birth.
They sent a report.
Let that sink in for a moment. 8 reports, 8 separate flagged incidents. That is not someone who stumbled onto something once. That is a pattern, and the digital trail that detectives laid out in that room, the hash values, the IP addresses, the subscriber information, every single piece of it traced directly back to Jeremy Williams and his home. This is how modern law enforcement catches these cases. These electronic service providers, companies like Google, Discord, Meta, they are legally required to report when known, flagged content is detected on their platforms. And when that content gets reported, investigators like Detective Morris and Detective Hammer take over. They follow the data, and the data does not lie.
So, with all of that being said, we're not here by mistake.
Okay.
Right? We've put in our due diligence to get to this point, and I'm extremely certain of why you're in the position you're in. That being said, we like to have these types of conversations to try to give you or whoever it is an opportunity to explain, what it is that was happening, or maybe the motivators, or is this something that's been going on for a long time or something that's come up new? In your case, one of my concerns is you are in a position of authority at a school. So clearly there's some additional concerns there, right? Your access to children that are the same content that was uploaded and downloaded being discussed. Is this something that you're willing to talk about with me, or?
To an extent.
Okay.
To an extent.
How long have you been, doing this, seeking it out, collecting?
It's been less than a year.
Okay, so maybe
Probably
late fall,
February,
early winter?
Probably February.
Okay, so about the time that these reports started, because I think my
Yeah.
first one's probably early March-ish.
Yeah.
Okay. What drove that?
Accidentally, I was talking to somebody on Reddit, I think, and they...
Sent it to you?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you just kind of were like, oh yeah, this is kind of the thing, and went down the rabbit hole?
Never sought it out. Didn't go looking for it. Didn't do internet search. Not looking for any of that. It's, as you well know, there's folks out there that have a lot of things.
Very aware.
Yeah.
Okay. And was it you said you were having this conversation with somebody on Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
Did they just kind of offer it up to you? How'd that conversation come about?
It was an RP thing, roleplay sort of thing. We started talking on Reddit then.
Okay. Sexually?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of stuff.
And so what this person said, hey, are you interested in looking at this, or?
It was. I think it was sent without any. We were sending clips back and forth of.
Okay.
Various adult activities.
Okay.
Usually Reddit stuff, or.
Okay.
Sometimes some Pornhub, sometimes some. Things like that.
Okay. After this interaction with this Reddit user, was there a continued back and forth conversation with the same person, or did you kind of start to stumble across other people?
Just came across others.
Okay. Tell me about some of those interactions.
Same sort of thing, people posting, looking for, female looking for male, online chatting stuff. I've never done anything IRL.
Okay.
Everything's always been online, and that's a very important distinction. Considering the position I'm in, I've never done anything with a student at a student, never used access their information, never done anything like that. It's all been online.
Okay. And like I said, that's one of my main concerns right now is your access to children and this being the content.
Well, right now I'm actually on administrative leave because I wasn't sad that Charlie Kirk got shot.
Okay.
And I when somebody was talking about it, I said, oh, too bad, good riddance.
Okay.
And they got me, so I don't have access to anything anyway.
Okay. Is that the meeting you were at earlier today? Okay. Were they just now placing you on admin leave, or?
No, that happened on Thursday.
Okay.
Right there, that detail. Jeremy Williams was already on paid administrative leave from his school, placed there because of public comments he made following the death of Charlie Kirk. He was removed from the building just 1 week before deputies showed up at his door. And in a way, that timing is significant, because if he had still been inside that school, surrounded by students, the day of his arrest would have looked very different. But make no mistake, being on leave does not diminish what investigators found, because what detectives are about to confront him with directly is something that cannot be minimized or explained away. And Jeremy Williams, still talking freely without a lawyer, is about to make one of the most significant admissions of this entire interrogation.
So just random interactions with other users, It appears like it's mostly through Discord, is that?
I use Discord for very, very little,
okay.
Honestly, and that one was more, I don't know, I didn't use Discord. I had a couple of good connections that I used, but...
Well, obviously there were a couple of connections. What were those the same scenario? Like you found that or role playing?
It's both. Sometimes I'd post an ad saying, looking for somebody to chat with, talk,
Okay.
those sorts of things.
And it just kind of evolves.
Yeah.
Okay. When you do receive these images, or I'll even walk that back a little bit, have you ever reciprocated to receiving the images? Like they send you an image, so you send back one that you've gotten in the past, or a video?
That has happened.
Do you, obviously if you're reciprocating, sending them back, you have these images and videos saved somewhere. Is it on your phone? Do you have a hard drive?
I do not have any anymore.
You deleted them all?
Well, I don't have any.
Okay, help me understand what you mean by that, because you made an important distinction there that...
They aren't, I do not have any images in my phone or on computer or anything like that.
Okay.
Anything that I've gotten has been deleted. I wasn't comfortable keeping things on there.
Okay, so you only held them for the couple of months you were doing it and purged it.
Times going back, and then, you get, it's like, no, I can't have this, this is not good.
And prior to this year,
Mm-hmm.
when you were interacting with people doing fantasy or role-play type stuff, were you doing this regularly with adult porn prior to this year?
Not really, no.
And so
This,
at some point when you got into exchanging and role-playing with the adult stuff, how did you get the underage stuff? How did that transpire?
As you're aware, there's a lot of folks who like to do age play sort of things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's not...
Yeah. That's kind of what I felt
That's
like
not
you were
big
alluding
secret.
to.
Yes,
Yeah.
that it was age play.
Okay. And then the images were given to you through that without your solicitation, is that correct?
At first.
Okay.
And that, well, I never, and it's very important, I never said, hey, I'm looking for this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see this.
Okay.
I'm seeking this.
Mm-hmm.
It usually ended up happening in a matter of course.
Okay. And I think what my partner's trying to work out here is when you say in a manner of course is you're role-playing through this age scenario where is it that you're the older person and this other person is playing?
I have been. I've gone.
You've done both ways?
I've gone.
Okay. And as this role play is going on, how does it transition from the role play to you getting or sending?
As you're talking, you send images to illustrate what the scenario is that's going on.
Okay.
And so just organically without asking to receive or to give, it's just as part of the play, the exchange of those two things. Okay.
And then, but like you were saying earlier, you would occasionally reciprocate where you would get an image in and then you would send. And to clarify, most of these seem like they're videos versus just like still photos. Okay. If you had to guess, what was the average age range of the juvenile or the child in the videos, or was there an average age range?
I don't know that I could. Preteen to teen.
Okay. So like 10 to 12, 8 to 10?
Could be.
Okay.
I'm not super great at guessing ages based on...
Preteen to teen. Those words from Jeremy Williams himself. And in this moment, it is worth taking a step back and understanding what we are actually hearing. This is a man who led a school, who parents trusted every single morning when they dropped their children off, who had access to children every single day of his working life. And he is sitting across from two detectives, calmly describing in detail how he received and then redistributed this type of material. No lawyer, no refusal to speak. And that is something that legal analysts consistently point to in cases like this. The moment a suspect starts explaining and qualifying and contextualizing, they often end up providing investigators with exactly what they need.
And being in your position, how do you get yourself into a situation where you're even sticking your toe in that pool?
I know.
I mean, it's...
Yeah.
I mean, do you think that, there's no way they'd find out, or...
I don't know that the thought goes that deep at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's... you've seen people, you've seen I mean, you guys, this isn't your first rodeo and
Unfortunately.
that sort of thing.
Yeah.
One last thing, when I stepped out, I thought about it.
Columbo.
What's that?
Columbo.
Columbo?
You're not familiar with Columbo? TV detective. He would
He'd come in and pretend like he was
and he'd
all,
pretend like he's a moron, and then he'd leave, and then oh, one more thing.
Oh,
and then that was the one that actually got him.
Right. So
interesting.
Columbo me.
No, no. Early on in the interview, you said back in June your Discord account got hacked.
Yeah.
Are you being honest or truthful in that statement?
Yeah. I had no idea what was going on until I went to log in and it said you've taken action against terms and services.
Okay. So what that was, that's why I wanted to clarify that, was did it actually get hacked? Or, so what you ran into was when they closed your account because of those violations.
Yeah.
So
that's what they do. When they fire off these reports to us, typically they will lock a user's account out.
That exchange right there, that Columbo moment, is actually one of the most telling parts of this entire interrogation. Jeremy Williams was the one who brought up Columbo. He was the one who explained to detectives what the technique was. He was almost coaching them on how to break him, and in doing so, he opened the door to a follow-up question that caught him in a contradiction he had made earlier in the interview. When someone tries to appear relaxed, cooperative, and even intellectual in an interrogation room, they sometimes let their guard down in ways that ultimately work against them. That is exactly what happened here. And by the time detectives had everything they needed, the case against Jeremy Williams was airtight. Investigators ultimately found at least 31 images of illegal material associated with Williams across his devices and accounts. The evidence recovered during the search of his home, combined with everything Williams said voluntarily in that interrogation room, left very little room for any other outcome.
So, with all of that being said, we're not here by mistake, right? We've put in our due diligence to get to this point. You are in a position of authority at a school, so clearly there's some additional concerns there, right? Your access to children that are the same content that was uploaded and downloaded being discussed. I mean, is this something that you're willing to talk about with me?
To an extent.
And I'm extremely certain of why you're in the position you're in.
Jeremy Williams was arrested that same day, September 16th, 2025. He was initially charged with 13 separate counts. In February of 2026, he pleaded guilty to 3 counts of possession of depictions of a minor engaged in sexually explicit conduct in the first degree. He was sentenced to 5 years and 1 month in state prison. Upon his release, he will be placed under supervised monitoring for 3 years. He is required to register as a sex offender for the rest of his life, and his career as an educator is over.